All right, welcome back. We're looking at 5.1. Today we're continuing on from what we were doing last time. We're talking about composite functions. So let's go a little bit further into composite functions and why they're important. So one way that they're important is that we can show that two functions are inverses. And that's true if when we compose our f of g with our g of f composed of g and g composed of f, they come out to the same thing, which is just x. All right, so let's look at an example. We have f of x, which is 3x minus 4. We have g of x, which is 1/3 x plus 4. And it's asking us to show that f of x and g of x are inverses. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute one into the other. It doesn't matter which one, because from the above, no matter if we compose f with g or g with f, we should come out with just x as our answer. So let's look at it. For this one, let's just do f composed of g. Or this way, for those of us who like to write it that way, right? That shows us the inside is the g. All right, so we're going to plug g into f of x. So we're going to do 3. Then we have the x here, so we put our parentheses up, and we're going to plug the whole g into there. So we're going to have 1/3 x plus 4. And then we have to remember we still have that minus 4 there. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to show this is going to come out to just x. So let's kind of just do things as we can right now. So 3 times 1/3 is 1, right? So if we have a 1 outside, we don't need the parentheses. So we have x plus 4 minus 4. Okay, and then there's no multiplication outside here either, so we can just say this is x plus 4 minus 4. 4 minus 4 is 0, and we end up with x. So we just showed from the above definition that because when we compose the f of g, that our answer is x, that these are inverses. If you chose to compose g of f, we'd find the same exact thing true. So either way, you'd come out with the same answer. We'd come out with x at the end. Okay, and then the next part is pretty simple, but it's very important for us to go over it now for those of you who are going to calculus, because being able to find the composite parts eventually leads us to do well in U substitution in calculus. Right, so this exercise, while it might seem trivial now, the better you get at it now, the easier it is going to be down the road for you who are doing calculus. So we just are trying to identify the inside and the outside. So whenever we have parentheses, the inside's pretty easy. So let's say that the f of x is the outside, g of x is the inside, all right? So inside, outside. So the inside of our parentheses is x squared plus 1. Our outside, now when we write this, we have the exponent 50, right? But then we're just going to represent the part that we took out with an x, right? Because if we plugged our g of x into our x, then we'd have the original function. Okay, so the outside would be x to the 50 power. All right, so likewise for our g of x equals 1 over x plus 1. Now this one's a little bit trickier, and if you think about it, whenever we have, so let's probably write this down, fraction bars imply parentheses or grouping, right? Whichever way you want to think about it. So really, we're grouping these two things. Now, obviously, we're not going to say that 1 is the inside, right? Because there's no variable there. It's important, but really not important. We're more concerned where the variable is. So the inside here, right? So the inside, the g of x is going to be x plus 1, which means the f of x, and remember, whatever we do our f of x for this one, we just replace what our parentheses, what our inside was, with an x. So our f of x equals 1 over x. And it seems pretty easy maybe right now, but then this one, when I was doing U substitution the first time in calculus, it was a little bit confusing because I was looking for parentheses. What is the inside? What is the thing that I'm looking for inside? And because I forgot that fraction bars imply parentheses, it was a little bit harder than the rest of them. So just be sure that we get these ones down. Those of us who are going to get to calculus eventually, because yeah, it'll help you out for sure. All right, that is it. Another short lesson today.